So there's some recent drama going on right now around the whole Pop the Balloon or Find Love series by Arlette Amuli here on YouTube. If you haven't watched the full episode on YouTube, I'm sure you've seen some clips around TikTok because it is like pretty popular and a lot of people have been doing like commentary and reaction videos to it. If you don't know what it is, it's like a dating show here on YouTube. So like one guy will come out and there'll be like a lineup of girls, or one girl will come out and there'll be a lineup of guys. And if the lineup of girls or guys don't like the person that has come out, like just physically, you can pop their balloon. Or if when the main person starts talking, if they don't like what they're saying, then they can pop their balloon. And at the end, the main person that came out can like decide between the balloons that are left who they want to be matched up with. And so there's the latest episode. I think it was posted like 6 days ago. And I will post the full episode like link in the description box below. But there was this guy that came on and he decided to start humbling women who were popping their balloons. Now, he obviously has some issues with rejection from the past, because you shouldn't be that offended that somebody like is not attracted to you, because everybody has their perfect person. Somebody that you are not attracted to, they're going to go out there and find somebody who thinks they are the most beautiful person in the world. So obviously there are some past issues there for how hard he went. And to be fair, these girls didn't even like pop their balloons like when he first walked out. So it had nothing to do with looks per se. Like I think one girl popped her balloon because of his looks. And then he tried to humble her, and that's when all the other girls were like, I'm out. Because nobody wants a combative person. Like, people like peace, okay? If you are somebody's partner, they want peace. Why are we sitting up here going off the deep end for somebody you don't even know? You don't even know this person's name, and you're just going off the deep end. It was absolutely ridiculous. So I'm going to play some clips so you can see how he acted on the show, because he has now been fired and apparently not allowed into places of worship. So I'm going to let you watch the clip so you can see for yourself, like, was it justified for the reaction that people had to him? And was it enough to be fired over?
29, okay. Yes. And what do you do?
I'm a licensed plumber.
Okay, very cool.
Yes.
And now, what do you look for in a woman?
I look for a woman that's not promiscuous and has a career going for herself.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, what are some of your deal breakers?
Deal breaker: being promiscuous, not cleanly, don't have a career, nothing really going for yourself.
Okay. All right. So we did get a pop balloon. Let's go ahead and go on over there and see what's going on.
Yes.
All right. If we can have your name and age and why you popped your balloon.
Hi, my name is Karma. I'm 24.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to say the pop in the balloon proper. Got you. For me, it just did not work. I didn't feel like I had chemistry, or I wasn't fully attracted to you. And I feel like that counts if we are going to be going through a dating show, you know?
Yes, the feeling is definitely mutual. So that's okay. Yeah. Thank you. You did me a favor.
You know, absolutely. Yeah. I'm glad you have a great day.
Thank you, Queen. You too.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead. All right. We got to pop over here. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Jara. I'm 22.
Okay. And why did we end up popping our balloon?
The comment you made, didn't really. I like a more humble person. That's the one that responds. So defensive-ish. Yeah, that's really it. I didn't really necessarily like
that's
how you
fine.
responded.
Hey, I could just all I can do is be honest.
I mean, yeah, be honest. Be your authentic self. That's okay.
To find a match that wasn't matching. That's all, Queen.
I 100% understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay. And now, is she someone that's your type?
She all right. You know, you're not really my type. I don't mean to be disrespectful.
No disrespect.
You know, but if I seen you in public, I wouldn't reach out to.
Totally fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. And we did get a pop balloon over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I'm Lex, and I'm 23, and I popped my balloon because I feel like you could be a tad bit disrespectful. Like, how you, like, I don't know, arrogant a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, just that.
Well, voicing my opinion is not arrogant. You know, she asked me if she would be a good fit for me. If I like what I see, you know, it's contrary to the truth. So
of course.
That's all I can do is just state what I see. I don't that's not a good look for me. That's all, Queen. But thank you. You did me a favor as well.
Yeah. Also, what I have to say is, it's not what you say. This is what I mean by what I said. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes.
You could have rephrased a lot of the things that you have been saying to me as well as the other girls differently. But that's all I have to say.
But one thing about me is I'm not going to change who I am.
Of course.
To fit somebody else's liking. You know, I'm just going to tell it how it is. If you're not it, that's not it. You know,
Cool.
The one that is it, I'm going to let it be known.
Okay.
You know, for surely, yes.
Respectful.
All right. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Brianna, 26. My eyes are up here, baby. Are you looking at the tattoo?
No, I'm looking at the hair on your arms. You know, women I deal with, they don't have hair on their
Don't
arms.
do too much.
Hey, I'm just being honest,
Don't do
Queen.
too much.
You know, I don't like that. That's all
Okay.
I was looking at. You trying to say if I'm looking at particular body
You
parts,
just wasn't
but
looking at
that's
my
not
eyes.
what it is.
That's
No, I was
all
looking at the hair
pointing
on your
out. Anyways,
arms, Queen.
she asked me the question.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in heels and you ain't tall enough.
Okay.
Don't do too much,
Well,
though.
you're not qualified, baby.
Alright,
So that's
cool.
all good.
Let's move on. Okay. So we do still have 3 unpop, but she looking like you gonna pop? Okay. Okay. All right. If we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Jacqueline. I'm 25. I popped because I have hair on my arms.
Hey, just because you got hair on your arms, that's okay, though, Queen. You look phenomenal, though.
Thank you.
You know, she ain't fit to my liking. She ain't even fit to Hey, excuse me, Queen. I'm talking to this woman right here. Oh, well, I could look anyway. I could look anyway. I could look any way I want to. You know?
Okay.
But yeah, can y'all give her balloon back, though?
She don't want it.
Yeah, do you want your balloon back, Queen? We're not talking to you, sweetheart.
Okay.
You already been, I already let you know. I'm not interested in. You got more hair on your arms than me, baby. But anyways.
Okay. So he's saying get your balloon back, but how you feeling him?
I'm not going to get my balloon back.
Okay.
All right. No problem. So we do still have 2 balloons.
Yes.
Do we still have 2 balloons? No. Okay, let's go over here. I saw you hesitate. That's why I had to ask. So if we can have your name and age and why you ended up popping.
My name is Kayla. I'm 23. Originally, I was not going to pop my balloon because I know a lot of them popped it because he was being, I guess, arrogant. But to me, I like my man that's not going to sit in every girl's face and, you know, complimenting them, you know? So I didn't find that offensive to me. But when they started that, what was going on, I'm very, like, I don't want to say I'm argumentative, but I don't want my man to argue back with me because then I feel like it's going to always be a problem. That was the only reason why I popped my balloon, because I was just like, dang. But then with me, you kind of got a little bit catty with me. You a little sassy just a little bit. And since you want to come at everybody over here, I'm going to get at you too. You kind of look like a Ninja Turtle. You're not that cute. You need to relax. You stocky as hell. And I was trying to be respectful, but like you was really coming out like I didn't like it. I'm from the South and I can handle like a lot of criticism and stuff like that, but the way you was coming, you just ain't like you got it all like that. And I guarantee you probably got a roommate at home and it's just not giving anymore.
Yeah. Well, let me say this, Queen. I'm a licensed plumber.
So, I do real estate and property management.
I live downtown.
So what you do ain't
I live
nothing compared to
downtown.
me.
I stay by myself, Queen. You know, and you're not even qualified to be even
You
dealing
say
with
everybody
me.
not qualified.
You definitely not. You know, if anything, it was one of these two. I wasn't even looking your way. You
And the
ain't
one
my
that you
type.
wanted popped
If I
up
seen you,
alone.
that's fine.
So what?
That is totally fine. But
Okay.
one thing about me, I could pull 100,000 on the bank. Can you do the same?
Get this
yeah,
man
you can't
off
do
camera.
that. You can't do that though, baby. Yeah,
Let's
in a real
move on.
way. You
Let's
can't
move
do
on.
that though, Queen.
All right. If we can have your name and age.
Hi, I'm Esther. I'm 23.
Okay. And Esther, you still have your balloon unpopped. Why so?
Are you done?
Oh yeah, I'm done with the rest of that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, now we can talk, right?
in a real way.
Okay. What do you look for? What are you looking for?
A woman, like I said, that's not going to be promiscuous. A woman that's going to be consistent. A woman that has a career and things going for herself. Because I had the same thing going for myself.
Okay.
You know, as well. I don't need a woman to give me her money or anything. I'm just looking for devotion and some loyalty. That's all. And some honesty.
Do you believe in God?
Oh, certainly. Yes, ma'am. I'm a God-fearing man. I practice monotheism. You know, I won't tell you what I identify as religion-wise, but we can get to that at a later date and time, you know,
can.
if you choose to leave here with me.
Okay. Do you know the Bible says that love is kind?
Yes, certainly.
Are you here for love, or are you here to just insult
I'm trying to create a family, you know,
Okay.
that's what I aspire to do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
You're good?
Sure, we're good.
Oh, okay. All right. Any questions for her?
No, not at all.
Do you have any kids?
No, I don't.
Do you want kids?
I do. You
How old
gonna
are
give
you
me
again?
some? Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 29. How old are you?
23.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You know, we might as well get up out of here right now.
Well, let's
Yeah.
step on over here. Let's step that way real quick for me. Step that way.
Okay.
All right. So seems like there's a little vibe here. So is it gonna be a yes for you for him?
God says save souls, so yeah.
Oh, and is it a yes for you
It's
for her?
gonna be a hell yes for me.
Okay, we got a
Yeah,
match. All right, let me take this mic and y'all can go on off.
So after the show, me and Esther were having a conversation, and if Esther gave her number to Rhino, the proof is in the pudding right there. The proof is in the pudding. If you gave your number to Rhino, because Rhino's not the person, she gave her number or her Instagram or whatever to Chandler. Now, fellas, peep game right here. One thing is you never address another man about a woman's conduct. If this is your woman, even though she's not my woman, you know, I did what I call a temperature check. I want to know what type of time is we really on before I start investing my heart, mind, body, and soul into you. Because when I find a woman, that's my problem. I'm a Cancer. I go into the situation thinking, you know, this is going to be the last one. I'm going to make this work. You know, I'm manifesting perseverance, trying to get it to work. But they always have a wandering eye, so they miss out. So after this, about who I allow into my life, because women do happen to like these big muscles though, these big turtle muscles though. Oh wait, but yeah. Anyway, you know, turtles got the hardest shell, so I appreciate, you know, all the love, all the hatred. But Chandler came up to her, and he handed her his phone. Boom, he handed her the phone just like this. So I turn to look at her. Like I just said, you don't address another man. I turn to look at her. I said, that's what you doing, baby? She said, yeah. Oh, what? I turned around. You're disqualified immediately because you don't know what the prize looked like. Your eyes still wandering. Baby, I found my match. You know, we about to have a ball. You can't even go into a fucking place of worship, bro. This shit is crazy. I swear to God, this shit is fucking crazy. Can't even go into a fucking place of worship, bro. This shit is crazy. I swear to God, this shit is fucking. Did me a favor by tapping in. I just want to give y'all a quick update, man. I don't appreciate anybody thinking this is a hoax. You know, today is one of the worst days of my life. Seriously, being a plumber and getting my license was one of my biggest life accomplishments, especially with the lifestyle that I used to indulge in. You know, with that being stripped away from me, I still have responsibilities to take care of, and I certainly can, and I am gonna take care of them. My birthday, June 23rd on Sunday, man. We going up in the section near you, so stay tuned for that. The t-shirts is dropping. We're getting the sizes, pre-orders, everything ready. I'm still trying to do humanitarian work for those that are asking me, you know, telling me to start my own company. I wish I could. I don't feel comfortable with doing it where I'm at. You know, I can't post my location, my exact location where I'm at, because of these videos blowing up. Now I got people approaching me left and right in the gyms, in public, in Walmart. I just don't feel comfortable with that. And I used to indulge, like I told y'all, in criminality. So I just don't want my location out there. So I don't think that's the best thing for me to do. I'm not worried about nobody trying to hurt me. If you think you're gonna do something to me, I promise you got something coming. And moving forward, I don't know where I'm gonna take this. You know, people are asking me to be a personal trainer. People are asking me to do content creating. I don't know, honestly, with all of this foolishness going on, this cloud chasing, you know, this has really affected me in a profound way. I have to close my lease. I'm gonna be moving out of state. You know, that's like $3,800. My birthday, I spent $2,000 on my fit. That's not even including the section, the bottles, these t-shirt prints. I'm still doing humanitarian work. I'm about to go advocate with some at-risk youth right now, and I'm about to go meet up with a security team that we're trying to put together to assure my safety, because I have been getting threats, and it's just crazy. And I know it's somebody close to me, so once we figure out who's doing all of this and who's, you know, that will be addressed accordingly. But God bless y'all. It's a GoFundMe in my bio. The only reason why I'm putting a GoFundMe in my bio is because somebody in the comments stated that they would like to help. If you would like to help, you're not only helping me, but you're helping children as well. When I go to this center and start advocating with them, if I could get, you know, if I could get permission from the parents to have them on camera and speak about, you know, some of the things that we're doing and we've been doing and working on, then I will certainly do that for you as well. And I just appreciate everybody that's out there advocating for me, everybody that sees, you know, who I truly am. I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the positivity, and those of y'all being negative, you know, y'all are miserable. I literally sat here and watched. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I went to sleep at midnight, and I seen people on the same post, the same person going back and forth with every comment. Get a life, man. Y'all are broke. That is why y'all stay broke. Get a life. Find something to do with yourself. You just did me a favor by tapping in. Thank you very much.
As you can see, a lot of people were like calling his job to get him fired. And I just want to know, what do y'all do for a living that y'all have this much time to hunt down people y'all don't know to get them fired or kicked out of school? Do you have something to do? Do you need something to do? Like, why are you don't know this man, okay? Like, what he does at work, if he's good at his job, that has nothing to do with something that he said. Like, there's plenty of people you meet every single day. Do you call their job every single day saying, hey, I didn't like what they said, so please fire them? Like, personal life, work life have nothing to do with each other. Separate it. I don't understand why we need to get everybody fired. And I'm sure y'all have some exes that have said some way worse stuff to y'all. Have y'all got them fired from their job? I mean, some of y'all might have. Some of y'all beyond that, but it really was not that deep, okay? Like, we also don't know if this is scripted. Like, imagine if this is scripted and he had signed a non-disclosure agreement, so he can't even let you know that it's scripted, and now y'all got him fired. It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. Like, what he said, yeah, he was doing too much. I agree. He was doing way too much. He didn't have to go at them like that. But to get him fired was just a little much. But I do want to point out something that he did say in that clip. He said that he was clout chasing, which we know there are a lot of clout chasers who are just like rage baiters. And I think that's what he was trying to do. Like, he already knew physically wise, like, if we're just being honest, he's probably heard it a lot, honestly. So he was probably just going to go ahead and just feed into it, be a rage baiter, and try to get clout, which I think he was trying to follow the steps of Dr. Elim, who has been on the show, I know, twice, because I've watched 2 episodes with him. But the difference between him and Dr. Elim is Dr. Elim's very good looking. So I know we talk about pretty privilege a lot with like women, but Dr. Elim definitely benefits from pretty privilege, handsome privilege, whatever you want to call it, because he can say whatever he wants. I mean, he's gotten backlash, don't get me wrong, he's gotten backlash, but I can guarantee you, if we open up his DMs today, he has hundreds of ladies in his DMs because he's good looking. Like, we can't deny that. Yes, he says some stupid stuff, but he's still good looking, so he can still get away with that. So he went viral for that. He's come back on the show. You probably want to be invited back on the show. It's just the truth. I mean, if you don't have the best of looks, you need to pick a struggle. I like to say, pick a struggle. If you are not that good looking, especially for a man, for women, looks are very much highlighted. Like, we have to look the best of the best, or we're gonna have issues. But for men, y'all can get away with like not looking the best if you supplement it with something else, like a good personality, a good bank account, a good like job title. Y'all can get away with no good looks. But if you're not good looking and you have a poor attitude like that, pick a struggle. It cannot be both. It cannot be both. And you showed you're crazy straight out the gate. Straight out the gate. And if you don't believe me about the whole like pick a struggle, this man from 90 Day Fiance, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. I'm sure he love bombed them and then showed his crazy, but you showed your crazy right from the beginning. That was the difference there. And we can see this a lot in people like Chris Brown, for instance. He's done a lot, said a lot that in all actuality he should have been canceled for, but yet people are still lined up to take pictures with him. Like, he said so many things about dark-skinned black women, yet why do I see so many pictures of y'all with him? Because he's good looking. He can get away with saying it. Like, that's just the truth. And so I'm going to show you the clips of Dr. Elim too, so you can see, like, they acted pretty much similar, but the reactions were completely different. And I think it's all comes down to just pretty privilege. Honestly, that has to be it, because Dr. Elim should have been canceled if that's the case. If we're getting this man fired for the comments he made, Dr. Elim should have been fired too. But I mean, he also may own his practice, so maybe that's also why. But I mean, you can still stop him from getting clients. I don't know, but the reactions were completely different. So let me show you the clips of Dr. Elim too.
My name is Dr. Elim. I'm 38 years old, and I popped my balloon after listening to you.
Okay, damn. Okay.
Have you had therapy before?
No, you want to be my therapist? I think you're too into that, because I don't need therapy. I'm fine.
I can definitely afford you financially, but maybe not emotionally. Sure. So you only like me because I'm beautiful.
Just like I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but that's not why I would only like you.
So why would you like me? Because you didn't answer that.
Because you can bring something and add something to my life. But because you're a liability, you can't add anything to my life.
Right.
You would be a liability to everything in my life.
So what can I not add to your life? What is that?
You can't teach me anything. You can't help me with my finances in any way. You can't add any intellectual anything into my life. And it's not because you're not capable, it's just because you're not there yet.
Young.
You're not there yet.
Right.
And if you're not already on that path,
I'm already on it. That's the problem. You don't know enough about me.
You're absolutely right. I don't know enough about you. You said you have Airbnb properties.
Good luck with the other girls back there. You're messing up. Oh, next. Oh.
And I can tell that you're triggered, and that's okay.
I'm not triggered, sweetheart. You are very handsome.
We can work through this together. Please
said
put your hands down.
I can't bring you anything, so it's like
Right.
There's no need to talk.
You can't bring anything right now.
Good luck with the other girls.
Say okay, and this is why your immaturity will prevent you from being with a real man.
No, I've dealt with real men
because you're not
before.
listening to me and you're trying to talk over me.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Adults have conversations.
I'm listening.
Okay, so if we were to get together, you would be asking me questions like, Dr. Elim, what did you do to acquire everything that you acquired? What did you do to learn everything that you learned? What type of habits and skills do you have that...
This 39-year-old dentist with huge ego gets humbled.
Welcome in.
He's back.
Ooh. All right. If we can have your name.
That was so fast. I was not expecting that.
What's your name, sir?
Hi, my name is Dr. Elim.
And Dr.
Y'all know
Elim,
who I am?
How old are you?
That's not fair.
Dr. Elim, how old are you?
I'm 39.
Okay, all right. Now we do see you pointed out Dr. Elim. What kind of doctor are you? What do you do?
Yeah, I'm a dentist, so actually, please forgive me for my attire. I had an emergency earlier and I had to rush here, so I didn't have time to change. She's not even looking at my face. Okay, so I am a traveling dentist. I travel up and down the West Coast, pulling teeth and placing implants for those who need it.
Okay, all right. Now, what do you look for in a woman?
What I look for in a woman is pretty universal, and I'm not sure if it's been explained this way, but I'm gonna try. There's 3 things that every man wants, and if you do these 3 things, you can procure any man that you want. And this isn't my information that I just came up with. This is actually research-based, and the first thing is being useful. How can you be useful to the person in your life? Why is that important? Because when you are a useful asset to the man that you want to be, then there is no way that he's ever going to want to get rid of you. The second thing is you have to blow his mind in the bedroom. What does that mean? That means you take the wildest, nastiest thing that you've ever done, figure out the wildest, nastiest thing that he's ever done, and exceed that. Otherwise, he can just get it from somewhere else. Now, the third thing, and this thing is the most important thing. It doesn't matter if you do the first 2 things. If you don't do this last thing, then you won't be able to keep your man, and that is respect. Always respect your man. Now, if you have any confusion as to what respect is, say to yourself, would I say this to the person who is writing my checks? Would I say this to my boss? And if you wouldn't, don't say it to your man. So, I'm looking for those 3 things.
Sounds good. So we did get a couple of pop balloons here. Let's go over to some of these ladies and see what's going on. We can have your name and age.
I'm Jador, I'm 31.
And Jador, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Dr. Elim, it's such a tragedy because you are so handsome. I feel like you are extremely arrogant, and I feel like you're probably gonna have a hard time because you seem like the type, like a know-it-all type of guy. And sometimes you have to be careful with that because even when you know it all, you don't know everything. You know, so being humble sometimes can be your best friend, even if you do know it all, even if you're very smart, very wise, you know, but just having a humble attitude, you know what I mean? You would probably go a lot further. And I say that with all the respect in the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who's your dentist?
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Who is my dentist? Not you, sweetheart. And I'm just gonna leave it right there.
I'm not with that just yet. I'm not ready for that.
I know it's triggering.
Also, let me finish real quick, respectfully. I'm sorry, you know, because you interrupt everybody else. Let me speak real quick. I just personally feel like you're not used to and I'm not trying to say like, oh, I'm alpha male, like, you know, whatever. Like, you're not used to a dominant woman. I feel like you are like, it's easy kind of coming to you to belittle women a little bit. I understand where you coming from with everything that you do, and I saw the last episode, but like you do come off as arrogant. Confidence is cool, but like, know the difference a little bit. What you gonna say about my tooth, bro?
Why would I want a dominant woman when
Next.
I'm the dominant one?
Go ahead. There can't be, you know.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Do you think you're the prize?
I know I'm the prize.
You're the prize to the men you don't want.
Okay.
When you get a man that you actually want, please believe me, we're the prize.
Okay. Next.
Okay.
Now, I did say earlier that it may be scripted, but there has been an alleged ex that has come forward saying that he acts just like this in relationships and that he is very toxic. Now, it is still alleged because, I mean, without the receipts, I just have to say it's an alleged accusation. But, I mean, this is kind of weird. If it is true, then I mean, that really is how he acts in person. Then maybe he needs to go seek some counseling somewhere, because he obviously has some like rejection issues and some insecurities there to deal with. But I mean, I don't know. We still don't know if it's scripted or not, because why are y'all really mad over here over people you don't even know their name? Like, they popped the balloon, you got mad, and you don't even know their name. I don't know. It's a little weird to me, but I'm going to play the girlfriend's clips now of how he acts in person, so we can just have a full picture of his behavior.
All right, now that we opened the can of worms, let's go ahead and talk about part 1 of Watch Who the Fuck You Date. So his name is Aaron. Aaron is my ex. We dated for a few months and it didn't last very long, and let me tell you why. He is like insane. It's like he has that little person talking to him in the corner of his shoulder at all times. Like, he's making up constant stories in his head about like that I'm cheating on him, that he's got to watch his back, that I have guys in my apartment at all times, and that I'm cheating while I'm at work, when I work in a clinic full of women, by the way. So let's take it back to the beginning. So again, we met. I lived in Arizona. He lived in New Mexico, and he said, oh, I have a friend that lives in Arizona. I was actually just there. I was like, oh, dang, well, whenever you're down here again, let's grab dinner or whatever. He's like, all right. He ended up coming, and his plan was to end up moving to Arizona anyway with his friend, right? He ended up at my house so much anyway that I was just kind of like, I mean, you kind of already live here. His clothes was there, everything. So I was like, fuck it, just, you know, that was my mistake. So my mom ends up making dinners for us all the time. We're Mexican. We make huge dinners. And the first time he went, he met the family and everything was cool. But when we left, my mom called me and she said, are you okay? And I said, what do you mean, am I okay? She said, well, I see something in his eye, like he wants to hurt you or like he wants to control you. I don't know how to tell you because I don't want you to think that I'm crazy, but I'm just telling you to be careful and really think about if this is the guy that you really want to be with. And I was like, well, I mean, it kind of is already in motion, you know, it's already happening. So then my mom invites us over for dinner again. I think it was the next day, and we play loteria. And I guess he was just like, no, I don't want to go. Like, he started little by little, kind of not wanting to be around my family. And I don't know if he noticed that my family didn't really like approve of him or whatever. I'm not too sure. But anyways, that was a red flag number 1. It's kind of like he was already trying to distance me from my own family. You know, like the only protection that I have had is from my family, and he was trying to move me away. So when I first started talking to him, I was talking to other people, as in I had a lot of guy friends. And I don't hang out with too many girls because sometimes it can get overwhelming and a lot of drama can start. So they would still text my phone, and of course I talked to somebody else before I met him too. It kind of just ended up going in the direction with Aaron. And so they would text my phone, and he would check my phone every few hours. Every time a vibration would go off, every time I'd get a notification, he's looking at me like he wants to like literally do something to me. I don't know what was going on. It's just that look in his eyes, and you guys know because you have seen that look in the Pop the Balloon game, like this video that went viral. So he starts checking my phone every few hours. He starts to track my location. I gave him my location on my phone because I was like, I have nothing to hide, right? And I'm always either at work with him at home or with my family. So go ahead and go to part 2. All right, welcome back to part 2 of Watch Who You Date. We're talking about Aaron, the guy that went viral on Pop the Balloon game. So anyways, he starts to distance me from my family. He starts to track me. I give him my location because I had nothing to hide. Every time I would walk by the window, my location would show that I was outside. So he'd call me like, what are you doing outside? Who are you messing with at work? Why aren't you working? Like, that controlling, right? Then he starts doing pop-ups at my job, and it got so bad because he would show up in his work truck while he's supposed to be at work at my job that my supervisor had to keep watching me. We had to basically like, everybody had to walk me to my car after work to make sure that I made it. And the girls would text me, hey, did you make it? Again, it's a clinic full of girls. So that was a red flag number 2. And then one time I walked outside to the cafeteria, and he calls me and he's like, how did I know you were outside? So that in my head was like, circles are already turning. I I go to my car to see if he put a tracker, because he is capable of doing some shit like that. And I couldn't find anything. And then he pops up at my job like, don't break up with me, don't do this, like, I'll change. I thought I was gonna catch you doing something. And I was like, how did you know I was outside, right? He said, I put my extra phone tracking you in your car and I left it on record because I was expecting to record you doing something, as in cheating on me or like messing around in your car. And I was like, I was done. After that, I was completely done. I said, get your stuff, get out of my house, and come bring me my key. And he was like, no, I'm gonna change, whatever. I went home, he was still there. He was like, let's try to work it out. I was like, you know, he already lives with me, he moved here, like, whatever. And it was going, I was going to do it so bad. And then he went to go get coffee for me or something from Starbucks, and he was like, something's wrong with your car. And I was like, what do you mean something's wrong with my car? He's like, yeah, it started to act weird. And I was like, okay, hold on right there. My car, I have a 2019 Dodge Challenger. It's been perfectly fine. I kept up with the oil. I don't understand. All of a sudden you're driving it and something's wrong with it. Go to part 3. Part 3, and this is the last part that I'm gonna post about Aaron, the buff guy from Pop the Balloon Game and Watch Who the Fuck You Date. So, he was like, yeah, your car's acting funny. I was like, no. At that point, I was like, already get out of my house. Like, I don't want you here. You ain't paid one bill. You put $20 a light one time, and maybe you spent like $30 on groceries because I was gonna cook dinner one time. But my mama always told me, do not allow a man to come into your home and pay any bills, because then he's gonna feel like he has the right to either stay there or like, oh, I paid the rent, I live here too. But in all reality, everything that I had gotten was mine, and I didn't allow him any part of that. So I was like, all right, get out, whatever. He leaves. He still tried to contact me. I was like, no, get out. I grabbed my car. I went to my mom's house because I didn't want him to try to come back and to try to convince me. And that's what brings to like my mind all the time. Like, you guys tell people in abusive relationships all the time, like, you need to leave, thinking that it's easy for these women to leave. And it's not. Like, yeah, they've gotten hurt or whatever, but these women are completely head over heels in love with these men, so it's not easy to leave. So I did what I thought was best. So I went to my mom's house right after, and he's calling me like, dang, you're already at somebody else's house, you're already cheating on me. I was like, whatever. And on my way to my mom's, I start to feel that my car is starting to shake. And I'm like, dang, like, what is it? I took it to 2 different mechanics that were like, it was the spark plugs, the ignition coils. I fixed that. And then I went to another mechanic because it started to shake again. And supposedly it was the same thing. They fixed that again. So I went to a 3rd mechanic, and he's like, I think they might have put sugar in your gas tank, but I would need to take out the gas tank to make sure. And I was like, no, I don't think he would be capable of doing something like that. Whatever. So I couldn't find what was wrong with it. At this point, I had moved out already because I was so scared. My mom had let me borrow money because I needed to move out before my lease was up, so he didn't know where I lived. I moved apartments. So at this point, I went and got a new car. I went to the dealership and I got a new car. I changed my car. And when I asked him, hey, did you ever find out what was wrong with my Challenger? He said, yes, there was sugar in the gas tank. So this man that claims to be very godly and studies the Bible and, you know, practices this religion, put sugar in my gas tank, tracked my car, put a phone to record me in my car. And I would do things like say everything he needed to hear, like, yeah, I cheated on you, like, because I was so scared of him being crazy. Like, this guy has a record. You guys don't know that. You guys really need to be careful who you make famous on this app. I don't want to say anything else because I feel like I already opened up a big can of worms. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them, but I don't want to make this any more parts.
So that's the full story behind this whole Pop the Balloon guy. I think it's really wild if it is true, but I still don't think that justifies him losing his job. Unless he's like in a field where, you know, he has access to things that can hurt other people. Then maybe y'all could do that if you think he's like that unstable. But he's a plumber. I'm sure he's going in, doing his job, and coming right back out. So I think that's a little extreme to just get everybody fired because you don't like what they said. I didn't like what he said either, but to lose his job over it is a little extreme. Like, you don't know this man. Y'all don't know him. Like, why are y'all that concerned to get everybody fired from their jobs? Like, it's giving weird. It's giving weird behavior. And then to not even be able to worship. Like, isn't the whole point of the church to come and get saved? So if you think this man has problems, why not let him in? Like, I'm sure if we go to that we don't even go to the congregation. If we check some of you preachers, we can find some things, okay? So why is he being banned from worship? I don't understand. Like, y'all went a little far with this one, but I would still love to hear your opinion down in the comments below. I'm going to chop this up to he tried to follow Dr. Elim's footsteps and get some clout. Pretty Privilege did its thing, or didn't do its thing. And that is the predicament he is in now. Y'all need to watch what y'all say online also. This is a footprint. I don't know why y'all know people go back in celebrities' accounts 10 years ago and y'all think y'all aren't going to get canceled. You may not be a celebrity, but these people have the time, obviously. They have the time. So let me know your comments down below, and I will see you in the next one.